What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 10 of Bible Verse Breakdown. Now, before we get into the episode, know that I am relatively new to Christianity, so if I say something wrong or something you disagree with, let me know in the comments down below. Now, the verse of the day is 1 Corinthians 15:33, which says this: "Bad company corrupts good character. Think carefully about what is right and stop sinning, for to your shame I say to you that some of you don't know God at all." Now, first and most obviously, Paul is saying in this verse to choose your friends wisely and to not surround yourself with people that will naturally try to convince you to sin. Everyone has heard the saying, you're the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. And this is a scientifically proven fact that I can personally testify to. Humans are social creatures, and our brains are shaped through experience, including social experience. So the more you hang out with someone, the more you're influenced by their habits, their attitude, and behavior. Humans will naturally conform to the norm of the group, although some more than others, because if you're consciously aware of this social phenomenon, then you're less likely to conform because you'll realize when it's happening. Now, you also need to know that once you have a relationship with God, your body becomes the enemy. It's you versus your flesh. And if you don't believe me, think of it like this. Sinning feels like freedom until you try to quit. Abusing those drugs, that alcohol, that sex might feel like fun, but try to quit. I bet you won't be able to first try, and surrounding yourself with people that indulge in ungodly things makes fighting off these bodily temptations even harder. So the question is, should you cut off your ungodly friends? Plain and simple, the answer is no. You should not. 99% of my friends are either atheist or agnostic, and I love to hang out with them. But I also believe that it is up to me to show them what it means to follow God's path. And you don't even have to preach with your words. You can preach with your actions. Now, I've struggled to do this in my past, especially when I first started my walk with God. But I've also learned through reflection, and I found a couple of things helpful. The first thing is that you need to create boundaries with your friends. Show them the new priorities that you're setting. Now, they may make fun of you, but do not take it personally. Taking it personally is probably the worst thing that you can do. When they make these jokes towards you, it's just a way to lighten the mood, and they may not even realize what they're saying. Jokes are used to get a laugh out and to release tension, especially when talking about hot topics. And talking about the creator of the universe is definitely put in that category. People may tease you because they may not understand the choices you're making, or they feel uncomfortable or unsure about the changes they see in you. They may not be ready to accept the new priorities that you're setting. And by you not taking it personally, you give yourself the freedom to grow without being weighed down by other people. Remember that your relationship with God is between you and Him, and you need to not seek approval from other people. And if your friends insist on getting you to conform, continue to reject them, because then people will respect you. People respect someone who takes their words seriously. Now, the second thing is that you need to show your friends that you take your relationship with God seriously. Show them the positive changes that you've made in your life, and show them the benefits of following God and following His word. But once again, you don't have to preach with your words, preach with your actions. And number 3, remember that Jesus Himself hung out with sinners. He never saw a sinner and said, "No, I don't want to hang out with you." He always welcomed them in because He knew they were broken. And the same goes for you. Just because someone isn't saved by God doesn't mean you shouldn't treat them as a human being, created in the image of God. Show them that you hate the sin and not the sinner. And lastly, if you lose friends because you follow Christ instead of the world, it's not a punishment. Satan is trying to convince you that following God isn't worth it. Satan is trying to convince you that if you follow God, you'll be alone forever. But if you tell your friends that you don't want to do those drugs or drink that alcohol anymore, they should be respecting your choice to move on in life. Because a true friend isn't going to cheer you on as you lead yourself to your own destruction. They're going to help guide you out of it one way or another. And if your friends don't want to hang out with you or talk to you, and they only want to hang out or talk to you if you go to that party and do the things that they do, their love was always conditional. It was not unconditional. And your faith will unmask your friends' true hearts. And to finish this episode off, I'm going to read one more piece of scripture for you guys that I thought was super fitting for this episode. And it is 1 Peter 4:2-5. And it says this: "You won't spend the rest of your lives chasing your own desires, but you will be anxious to do the will of God. You have had enough of the past of the evil things that godless people enjoy, their immorality and lust, their feasting and drunkenness and wild parties, and their terrible worship of idols. Of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flow of the wild and destructive things they do. So they slander you. But remember that they will have to face God, who stands ready to judge everyone, both the living and the dead." All right, that's it for the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, I do a gym edit at the end of each video showing my progress in the gym as I recover from my ACL surgery. So if you want to stay for that, thank you so much. And if not, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. One more thing before we end the episode. That whole episode I was talking about, preach with your words, not your actions. And this whole time I'm just talking. And then I remember in one of my last videos, I was talking about how we are called to do something for the people that have nothing. And I can talk about that all I want. But until I actually do something about it and show people what that actually means, those words actually mean nothing. So I was driving to my grocery store. I go to Sam's Club. I save a lot of money. All I eat is chicken and rice or beef and potatoes. And as I'm driving in, I see this mom with 3 kids and this sign that says diapers and milk. And if any of you guys have watched my past video, I talked about if the homeless person was asking for food rather than money. So I feel as if I was called in this moment to actually do something for this woman and to actually give back to her, because she's asking for something that doesn't have to do with money, which would be more or less likely her using it for drugs. But if she's asking for something else, then it means something completely different. So we have all my groceries here. We got yogurt, beef, bananas, chicken, eggs, protein bars, and then we got this milk here, whole milk with vitamin D, so maybe her kids will like that, make them grow nice, healthy, and strong bones. And then we've also got these diapers here, and these were $40, so that's insane. I don't want kids anymore, it seems. Just kidding. So I just tried to film a bit of it, but clearly that botched. I just watched as the phone completely fell over as I closed my door. I don't even know what I was thinking. And as I was talking to her, because I was talking to her a little bit, she was saying, I believe, I couldn't really understand it much, but she was saying that her husband got deported a month ago. I think. I honestly don't know. But that makes me feel better, because I'm pretty sure she said she has a house and that she just can't keep up with rent or something. And essentially, that means that she has a place to put the milk. It's not like I'm giving her milk and then all of a sudden it's being spoiled because I gave it to her and she doesn't have a refrigerator. But I'm going to explain to you guys a little more as to why I do this stuff. It's just hot as balls in this car. Boom, beef, potatoes, ketchup. It's good stuff right there. But why do I do what I do? I am so blessed, it is insane. I'm a mechanical engineer. I live in a great apartment. I have great friends and family, and I have full health, besides my ACL. Now, granted, all of that can change tomorrow, but as long as I work as hard as I possibly can every single day, as long as I have the opportunity to do so, I can feel satisfied. And it's the same thing for my ACL. Yeah, it sucked when I first tore it, but I just spent the last 4 years being completely consistent in the gym. I'd worked as hard as I possibly could every day because I had the opportunity to do so. And then that opportunity was eventually taken away from me because there are times where we're in seasons of abundance and seasons of scarcity. So as long as I have the opportunity to give back, I'm going to do so. Now, some of you are probably thinking that I'm just lucky to have all these opportunities. But the truth is, I didn't wait for these opportunities to come to me. I went towards the goals I had. I created a goal and went towards it. Instead of standing at the beginning of the finish line, at the beginning of the race, I went towards the finish line. Sounds super complicated, I know, but that's how you do it. And granted, some races are harder than others. I work as hard as I possibly can because I wouldn't consider myself naturally gifted. Yes, I'm perspicacious, I'd say, but my friends, especially my college friends, are super geniuses. And I've just never had that in me. So you need to work as hard as you possibly can, whether or not you have a natural gift. That's all I gotta say. Now we're actually going to get into the gym edit. So if you want to stay for that, thank you. If not, have a good one. And I'll see you guys in the next one.